Hey guys, Coffeepot here, back with another installment of CF1 Customs. So today, I'm going to be bringing in, not like a custom made from another model, but a scratch-built model. So without further ado, let's let Thomas the Tank Engine bring in my newest custom, well, not mine, Glynn the Coffeepot engine. Thank you, Thomas. So this is Glynn. So unless you've been living under a rock, you should know who Glynn is. I'm not going to really give a backstory on him because you all should know who he is. So, yeah, as you can see, it's scratchable, and I actually didn't make any of this. All of this entirely, every single thing except for, like, obviously asking for the custom was made entirely by my very talented sister, who's helping me with all of my other customs. So, big shout out to her. Without her, this wouldn't have been made. And yes, just like, and you probably wondering, yeah, the wheels are missing in the front, but don't worry. Yeah, I know that, but yeah, I'm aware of that, but yeah, I just wanted to get this out as soon as I could, and don't worry. As soon as I'm done recording this video, I'm gonna glue them back on. I already have the two sets right here. So yeah, so let's just look at the model. So my sister made all of this, and how she made this is I actually used to have another custom of Glynn. So I made him along with my LBSC Thomas back in 2015 after seeing The Adventure Begins. I used like the base with like the chassis with this like green car. I mostly used it because it had the red wheels. It came with the Santos little Thomas, so yeah. But then sometime between when I left in 2015 and returned earlier this spring, I lost it. But then when Glynn was reintroduced into the TV series in season 20, I wanted more than ever to make a custom, and so I asked my sister to, and she very nicely did it. Now this was made all the way back in August, but I'm only making this in the middle of November, so it's been several months, like 4 months. So yeah, but now I just want to get it out instead of being lazy. So yeah, so originally I was planning to make this out of paper, sort of like Master Lemon style. Oh, and by the way, yes, this was inspired by Master Lemon, since I think he was the first person who started making custom scratchable models, and his stuff is pretty cool. But my sister convinced me that I should use clay for this, and that was a great suggestion, so she made this for me. So basically, this applies to all parts of the model. So basically, she took some blank unpainted clay, and then she shaped it just so into the right pieces, and then once that was done, it got oven baked in the oven. And then once it was nice and hard, it was painted, and then after several coats of paint, I believe, the paint was dried, and then it was basically all super glued, I think, together. And so, yeah, so first let's just look at the face. That face is awesome. It's really good in my opinion. It's a very accurate representation of how Glynn looked in the TV series. Hopefully you agree with me, because it looks pretty accurate to him. And then, I'm not sure what this part right here is, where his couplings are, but if the camera will focus, you can kind of faintly see that it did crack. There's kind of a crack because during the building process it did kind of crack in half, and so it had to be glued back together, but you can't really see that. And then for the coupling, so I didn't have any spare magnets in my collection, so in my first episode of TDT Finds, I unboxed a Mattel Destination, the Sodor 3-in-1 Destination, and that basically required screws for it. You need a screwdriver to get it done. So, yeah. So I used the remaining screwdrivers. My sister put them in like the fronts and backs of the model, and they work pretty well with engines. The only engine I have right with me right here is Thomas. So you yeah, the wheels aren't on there. Yeah, it works pretty well with Thomas. And then the wheels are basically the same method. They are actually held together by some wire, I believe. Yeah, they're held together by some wire with glue, and as you can see, the front pair kind of came off. Like I said, I'm planning to glue those back together as soon as I'm done recording this. And then the wheels actually, you do have to kind of adjust them a little bit, because, yeah, they can get kind of out of shape if you want them to move. So, yeah, they run pretty smoothly yeah. And then these handrails, I'm just going to call these handrails, they were made out of wire, basically bent. like regular wooden railway figure is the only one I have a Sertan Matte one, but this one right here, just a regular guy, it doesn't fit, but this Lego figure here does fit, if you can see that. So yeah, so I'm mostly going to use Legos from now on, because since I use Legos mostly Legos from now on, it's not that big of a problem. Yeah, let me just show you. As you can see, these parts are all painted. And then if you can faintly see on the side there is a number 1. If the camera will focus, I think it's focusing, because I don't think it will focus, but there is a faint yellow number 1. And yeah, sorry, the wheels are just wonky. So yeah, so I believe. Oh, and by the way, the chassis is actually just a solid block of clay, basically, like I said earlier, shaped and then painted and then super glued. Yeah, it's hard, man. Yeah, so so basically, to summarize, I think my sister did an amazing, fantastic job on this. I probably won't make more custom, like, scratchable models in the future, because it took her a lot of time to make it, and I couldn't do it. And yeah, it just takes a lot of time. And yeah, like the planning out process and the building process, and yeah. So I believe that's all I have to say here. So I think my sister did a fantastic job on this model. It's very accurate how Glynn looked in the TV series. It's completely scratch built. And every single part of the model, every single part except for the nail couplers, here and like the handrail, which are made of like metal and wire. Everything else is completely clay shaped, just so painted. And you know, my sister did an amazing job. I had no part in this at all, except for asking her to make it. And yeah, it's much better. If I had my old custom, I would compare it, but like I just said, I made it in this, but I lost it. But it's much better than that if you want to go see some of my old videos. I think the only video my old one appeared in is the one called the old episode of my series, called Glynn the Coffeepot. If you want to check that cringy video out. But yeah, so I'm probably just rambling now here, but yeah, so this is completely made of clay except for these parts. And yeah, my sister did an amazing job of replicating Glynn, and I'm pretty sure that this is somewhat what Glynn would have looked like if he was actually introduced in the wooden railway range. And yeah, funny thing is he didn't get any merchandise except for Trackmaster, but that's way too expensive and I don't collect it. So yeah, so overall I think my sister did an amazing job. This perfectly replicates how Glynn looks in the TV series right now. It looks perfectly like he does right now, and yeah, just big thank you to my sister for making this for me. And it just looks amazing. So that's all for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to subscribe, like, and comment. This will probably be the last CF1 customs for now. I may, if I have time over my winter holiday break next month, customize some more troublesome trucks, which I don't have with me right now. So that's why I'm saying probably, but yeah. Yeah, this will probably be the last custom model segment for a while because I don't have that much supplies anymore. So yeah, so that's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Please feel free to subscribe, like, and comment. Until next time, this is CF1 signing out.